boy Just.
It's your boy King Combs.
So I open the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne having with Will. Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up.
That Will Smith is and that they do this, and that, and the other thing. I'm like, you're the only person I know who would actually come out and say that because everybody else is scared of getting a lawsuit in the mail.
Will Smith, a name often surrounded by whispers of hidden scandals, has just been dragged into a web involving Diddy and his loyal sons.
Diddy's son, Christian, aka King Combs, is now being sued, just like his father is. A woman filed a lawsuit against King, alleging that in late 2022, right before New Year's Eve, King assaulted her on a yacht.
With Diddy facing shocking criminal charges, his family has rallied behind him, rejecting the accusations and standing by their father. But one of his sons has reportedly turned against the rapper's former friend, Will Smith.
That he know that Will Smith, Jaden, Bashir, and
What secrets could he be using as leverage against Will? And what role did Diddy's infamous parties, his alleged dark side, and a past connection to Will Smith play in all of this?
And then I saw that I walked in on.
Who'd you walk in on?
Him and Dwayne Martin.
Okay.
Hollywood is the hurry up and wait game.
For years, whispers and rumors have swirled around Hollywood, with Will Smith often finding himself in the spotlight due to speculations about his private life and alleged relationships with men. Now, with new bombshell accusations against Diddy, things have taken a darker twist. The once celebrated music mogul faces grave charges, and despite the torrent of accusations, Diddy's children remain unwavering in their support. In an emotional public statement, Quincy Taylor Brown, Chance, Justin, Christian, Jesse, and Delilah Combs declared, "The past month has devastated our family. Many have judged both him and us based on accusations, conspiracy theories, and false narratives. We stand united, supporting you every step of the way." But the family's defiant stance may only scratch the surface of a much deeper conflict. A conflict involving Will Smith, who once shared close ties with Diddy. Could one of Diddy's sons now be using hidden secrets about Will as leverage? And just how far are they willing to go to protect their father and the family's legacy? Behind the scenes, whispers about Will's alleged connections to under-the-radar Hollywood events with Diddy have been raising eyebrows. This includes everything from his rumored relationship with Dwayne Martin to a supposed three-way affair with J-Lo and Diddy. Yes, it's true. Stories of shocking behavior and scandalous rumors have long followed Will. But this time, it seems Diddy's sons might be the ones to expose him. For starters, we have comedian Bert Kreischer, who once shared a bizarre encounter with Will, where he felt pressured to join an exclusive Hollywood gathering. According to Kreischer, when he was just starting out in the industry, he met Smith at a recording studio where he was working on his album Millennium. The Fresh Prince was apparently impressed with Kreischer's comedy and invited him to go out with him later that evening. Kreischer, who was clueless about what was about to happen, agreed to go to the movies with Smith. However, things got weird when he called his dad to tell him about it, and his dad warned him that Smith might have had other intentions for him. His dad claimed that many men in Hollywood, who have had constant S with women, often turn to young boys for excitement. Kreischer, initially skeptical about his dad's claims, decided to heed his advice and dressed as sloppily as possible, in overalls and a sweater.
And he was like, "Oh, buddy, he's trying to I go, "What?" And he goes, "Listen, this is very popular in Hollywood. These guys have had so much tired of it, and so they're trying to turn out young boys. That's the only thing that really excites them."
When he arrived at the designated meeting spot, a Planet Hollywood restaurant, someone told him to go downstairs, and he assumed he would have to be intimate with Smith and 12 other men. However, to his surprise, when he got to the downstairs screening room, there were 10 black dudes waiting for him, including Jazzy Jeff. While watching the movie, nothing happened, and Kreischer thought he had escaped Smith's intentions. But he was in for another surprise when Smith asked him what he thought of the people in the screening room. To his amazement, Kreischer realized he had watched the movie with a room full of hip-hop icons like Kool Moe Dee and Biz Markie, who Smith had brought in for him to meet.
I could D? Like, I'm literally like, oh my God.
Kreischer's story has sparked a lot of gossip and speculation in Hollywood, with many wondering if Smith has a history of initiating young celebrities into the industry through his creepy gay-esque parties. And you know who else has been a major player in these circles? None other than Sean Diddy Combs, famous for his star-studded and often controversial parties. Diddy's known for inviting the biggest names under one roof, but not just anyone gets in. Those who do make it to the guest list are said to witness shocking events, allegations involving secrecy, indulgence, and even minors. And guess who's reportedly shown up at these gatherings more than once? Will Smith himself. Some say that these parties follow a strict code of silence. What happens there stays there, and there's a heavy price to pay for breaking the unspoken rule. But with more and more voices speaking out about what really goes on, these rumors of hidden lists and questionable behavior are getting harder to ignore. Then there's the talk surrounding Will's relationships within Hollywood's inner circle, connections that go beyond friendship. Actress Lisa Ray, for instance, claimed that Will Smith's close friend, actor Dwayne Martin, once forced her husband into an uncomfortable relationship with him.
Somehow within that relationship, I lost my husband to Dwayne Martin, and they became better friends than what me and my husband did, and I couldn't understand that.
She also said in that interview that Dwayne Martin would introduce her husband to several women who were her friends within the industry, and he would just be outright disrespectful to their union.
The problem was I married a playboy.
Now she had a great interview with Wendy Williams, but after the interview, a lot of people were still saying that there was something that she just was not quite saying. You see, this is not the first time Dwayne has been suspiciously close to a married man. There have been rumors for quite some time now that Dwayne was introduced to gay relationships by longtime friend Will Smith. Will and Dwayne first met in 1993 on the set of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, when Dwayne was featured in the episode entitled "It Is Better to Have Loved and Lost It," and would go on to establish a nearly lifelong friendship that's now lasted for 3 decades. The pair of actors would frequently share the frame in pictures and would often get spotted enjoying each other's company as the years went by, and they both continued to earn fame in Hollywood. Of course, as some might expect, their friendship and the close bond they shared has sparked rumors of an ongoing bromance, with many fans insisting that something romantic definitely stirred between Martin and Smith. For his part, Will Smith has been known to have little to no boundaries when it comes to engaging with other men. In fact, in 1993, when Will portrayed the role of a gay con artist in 6 Degrees of Separation, and coincidentally around the same time met Dwayne, the rumors about Smith's sexuality really lit up, with most fans taking an adamant stand on Will's homosexuality. During this early rise of gay rumors, both Dwayne and Will adamantly denied the claims, and as at the time they were both married, quickly leading the rumors to die down. Around this time in 1992, Smith married Cherie Zampino, though divorced the actress in 1995, only to marry Jada Pinkett 2 years later. Dwayne, on the other hand, dated Martin actress Tisha Campbell, and in 1996 they tied the knot. However, this wouldn't be the end of all the bromance rumors. In 2013, the hot topic concerning Will's sexuality flared up yet again, this time because of an elusive answer provided by Jada during a candid interview with a well-known tabloid publication. During this time, rumors swirled that suggested trouble in paradise for the married couple, Pinkett and Smith, even that they might soon divorce. However, as everyone who followed the couple's history closely might know, they survived this troubling time in their relationship, only to end up sparking divorce rumors again 9 years later. Anyway, during the interview, Jada responded to a tough question with a slightly vague answer in response to inquiring whether or not Will might be into men. She stated that she continuously encourages Will to be himself, saying that as long as he can look in the mirror and be happy with who he is, he should feel free to be just that, though insisted that she acts as his partner and that he should decide for himself. Although Jada seemed to try her best to avoid answering the question, insisting that Will answer it in person, people took her response as an elusive indication that Smith might be gay, which sparked widespread discussion. During the same interview, Jada also answered elusively to a question concerning both partners' fidelity in the relationship, and although she never confirmed nor denied it, adoring fans of the couple would later learn the truth. In recent interviews, Jada, of course, admitted to her entanglement with singer August Alsina.
I got into a different kind of entanglement with August.
In any case, this is not the first time that the Smiths have invited an outsider into their marriage. Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, recently dropped some bombshells on how Will Smith and Jada Pinkett allegedly wanted to be with Diddy's girlfriend at the time, J.Lo. In an interview with Art of Dialogue, Gene Deal recalls an event where they attended a party with celebrities, including Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Jada Pinkett, Will Smith, and Jennifer Lopez. However, about an hour later, Puff came up to Gene Deal with a certain look in his eyes and asked Gene to accompany him to the restroom. Gene Deal agreed, and as they walked, Puff seemed agitated, and when they reached a more secluded area, that's when Puff opened up. According to Gene, Puff expressed his concerns, implying that there might be some ulterior motives behind Jada and Will's interactions with Jennifer Lopez. He suggested that they might be trying to get close to her in a more intimate way, despite her being Puff's girlfriend at the time.
He said, yo, I think Will and Jada trying to pull Jennifer.
Puff's words insinuated that he felt somewhat threatened by the situation. What's more, Diddy said he needed Gene to stick close to him, essentially acting as a buffer between him and the situation. He was quite direct in his choice of words, mentioning that if Gene Deal continued to stay distant, Puff might take drastic action against Will's involvement. He even hinted at the possibility of a physical confrontation, emphasizing that he wouldn't hesitate to confront Will if it came down to it.
And then he said, yo, Gene, I ain't playing with you, man. Yo, I'm telling you, man, I'ma snuff that. You better be on him. I said, yeah, I got him, man.
Anyway, another celebrity who has been quite outspoken on Will's alleged connection to Diddy is Jim Carrey. After Will slapped Chris Rock, Carrey didn't hold back, criticizing the Academy for giving Will a standing ovation and even suggesting that Hollywood had lost its moral backbone. Rumor has it that Will wasn't thrilled about getting called out like that, especially by someone who he thought was on his side. People close to the situation say Will felt betrayed by Carrey's harsh words, and the tension only ramped up after that.
I was sickened. I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless, en masse.
Now here's where things get even juicier. There's a rumor that way back in the 90s, Jim Carrey auditioned for a role Will really wanted, and he nailed it. The story goes that this was early in both of their careers when they were still working their way up. Getting passed over for a role left Will pretty bitter, and ever since, some insiders believe he's felt low-key resentful toward Carrey, especially since Jim seems to steal the spotlight without even trying.
And depression is your body saying, I don't want to be this character anymore. I don't want to hold up this avatar that you've created.
But it's not just Carrey's talent that supposedly makes Will uneasy. It's his fearlessness. Jim Carrey speaks his mind, no matter the consequences. And for someone like Will, who's careful about maintaining a certain image, that kind of unpredictability is nerve-wracking. According to some, Will's always on edge, worrying that Carrey might one day decide to expose some of Hollywood's darkest secrets. In a world where image is everything, Will's cautious approach stands in sharp contrast to Carrey's devil-may-care attitude.
For years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like that, make you happy.
Carrey's not shy about slamming Hollywood for being spineless. He's hinted that Will Smith's success may have been boosted by some questionable choices, which could explain why the industry seems to protect him. Carrey has even suggested that if it weren't for this protection, Will would have faced harsher consequences for the slap, maybe even getting banned from the Oscars entirely.
Do not have the right to walk up on stage and smack somebody in the face because they said words.
Then, in an interview, Carrey noted that Chris Rock chose not to press charges after the incident, claiming it was simply to avoid the hassle.
He doesn't want the hassle. I'd announced this morning that I was suing Will for $200 million because that video is going to be there forever. It's going to be ubiquitous.
This left fans wondering, was there more to Chris Rock's decision not to sue Will Smith after the Oscars slap? Some think Rock's choice might have a lot to do with Will's alleged power in Hollywood. Rumor has it that Will operates under a sort of protection that keeps any serious fallout at bay, which might have even given him the confidence to make that bold move in the first place. And it's this alleged protection that's led to some wild claims about how Will supposedly gained his Hollywood influence. For years, there have been rumors, spurred on by voices like Jaguar Wright, that Will participated in secretive activities, including some rituals, to boost his power.
They're both bisexual. They do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship.
If it was just one source, maybe people could dismiss it, but Will's former assistant and close friend Bilal has also come forward with even more explosive allegations.
Saw acts that I walked in on.
Who'd you walk in on?
Him and Dwayne Martin.
Okay.
Hollywood is the hurry up and wait game.
Maybe this is part of the reason Jada has distanced herself. Recently, Jada Pinkett Smith revealed that she and Will have been living separate lives since 2016, despite their united public appearances. In a preview for her NBC News special and her memoir, Worthy, Jada opened up about the deep difficulties in her marriage to Will. The speculations around their relationship started to gain attention around 2016. During that year's Oscars, Chris Rock made headlines for roasting Jada in his monologue. According to Rock, Jada had even asked him to boycott the ceremony since Will hadn't received a Best Actor nomination for his role in Concussion.
Mad her man, Will, was not nominated for Concussion. I get it. Tell the truth, I get it. You get mad? She said it's not fair.
Both Jada and Will, along with other Hollywood figures, decided to boycott the 2016 Oscars, protesting the lack of diversity in the nominations, a movement that sparked the viral #OscarsSoWhite hashtag. But Chris Rock, who was hosting, didn't hold back. He made a joke at Jada's expense, saying, "Jada boycotting the Oscars is like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited." And Rock didn't stop there. He added, "It's not fair that Will was this good and didn't get nominated. It's also not fair that Will was paid $20 million for Wild Wild West." However, Jada later shared her side of things. She explained that after the 2016 Oscars incident, she and Chris Rock actually spoke on the phone and exchanged apologies. She admitted she hadn't fully realized the pressure Chris was under as the host. Looking back, she said, "I probably should have called him and gone, 'Hey, are you okay? Just know that although I'm speaking out about the Oscars, I wish you the best.'" She felt that reaching out that way could have helped prevent hurt feelings. In that phone conversation, Rock apologized for his joke, and Jada apologized for not being more considerate about his position. "I thought we were good, that the hatchet was buried," she said. After that, they didn't speak again, at least not until the slap incident in 2022. After that event, Jada claimed Rock apologized to her again, hoping to clear the air once more. Now, this attracted the public's attention that immediately after slapping one, can issue an apology also. The people have been speculating that this is all because of the power Will Smith holds. Well, his control is not only limited to the industry, but on his wife too. After their initial rift, Jada and Chris talked it out during the call, and Jada believed the matter was settled. Yet, following the 2016 Oscars incident, rumors about Jada and Will Smith's potential divorce began circulating. In an unexpected turn of events, Chris Rock reportedly asked Jada out on a date. She shared this revelation with People, believing that the situation had been resolved at that point. She described how every summer, reports would circulate about her and Will Smith getting a divorce. She said, "Every summer, all the reports would come out that me and Will were getting a divorce." During one particular summer, Chris Rock assumed that they were indeed divorcing and decided to reach out to her. He expressed his interest in taking her out. Jada recalled, "And this particular summer, Chris Rock, he thought that we were getting a divorce. So he called me and basically he was like, 'I'd love to take you out.'" To which Jada responded with confusion, asking, "What do you mean?" Chris explained, "Aren't you and Will getting a divorce?" Jada clarified that these were just rumors and there were no divorce plans. Chris was taken aback by the misunderstanding and profusely apologized. However, in that same year, Jada and Will were not residing together, and this revelation has recently come to light, as Jada herself has openly discussed it, fueling the growing speculation that she and Chris were involved in something during that period.
Was that in 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives.
Yes.
It was...
According to her, she and her husband Will Smith have been leading entirely separate lives since 2016, as revealed in an interview with Hoda Kotb. This high-profile Hollywood couple, who tied the knot in 1997, have previously acknowledged their periods of separation and marital challenges, but never in such explicit terms. While it's not a formal divorce, Pinkett Smith explained to Cote B in a video snippet released on Today that it essentially resembles a divorce in all but the legal paperwork. It was not a divorce on paper, but it was a divorce, host Hoda Kotb said, which Pinkett Smith confirmed. She also revealed they live separately. Pinkett Smith explained why the two never formally announced a separation. "I think just not being ready yet. still trying to figure out between the two of us how to be in partnership, right? And in regards to how do we present that to people, you know? And we hadn't figured that out. Meanwhile, some fans are convinced that Will and Jada's relationship was shaken by their alleged extramarital affairs with both men and women. You see, YouTuber Trisha Paytas once made allegations against Will Smith, claiming that he intentionally caused harm to her male dancers. She specifically said, "How about worry about your daughter being in bed at 13 with her 20-year-old boyfriend? How about worry about your cheating husband one of my male dancers when they didn't want to?
How about worry about your cheating husband my male dancers, when they didn't want to? How about talk about that?"
However, it appears that Will might have been influenced by the path set by his predecessor, Quincy Jones. For those unfamiliar, the late Quincy Jones was a multi-talented individual who has worked with icons like Frank Sinatra, Aretha Franklin, and the king of pop, Michael Jackson. Yet his fame didn't stop there. Rumors about his interest in men have circulated for years, and recent developments suggest there might be some truth to those speculations.
My first musical memories when I wanted to be a gangster until I was 11. Coming from Chicago in the 30s.
Recent disclosures have brought to light the possibility that Quincy Jones may not have adhered to conventional S orientations. Startling allegations have emerged, suggesting that he wielded influence over the S preferences of notable individuals, including Will Smith and Tupac. These claims hint at his deep involvement within the LGBTQ+ community. Do you remember that unforgettable interview with Tupac? It was a pivotal moment when he revealed the questionable intentions of Quincy Jones.
Yeah, I think them rumors about Quincy Jones and all that crazy stuff about Pop was definitely rumors.
Tupac allegedly disclosed that Quincy had presented inappropriate propositions, hinting at engaging in specific intimate activities. However, the story becomes more complex. Despite the interview reportedly gaining extensive traction on the internet, it was said to have curiously disappeared without any trace. Even Napoleon, who is purportedly a close associate of Tupac, swiftly dismissed all rumors and defended Quincy Jones when confronted with the allegations. In an instant, he waved away all the gossip surrounding the matter.
I think them rumors about Quincy Jones and all that crazy stuff about Pop was definitely rumors. Pac was about to marry his daughter.
And if you believe the revelations end there, think again. There are claims circulating that Jada and Will have been organizing unconventional gatherings at their residence, involving much younger men. Jaguar Wright even went on to divulge sensitive information, suggesting that she has witnessed young men leaving their premises in a state of astonishment. Some folks see Will Smith kissing his son Jaden on the cheek as just normal dad stuff, but their bond seems to go beyond the usual father-son affection. Will has even been spotted kissing Jaden on the lips a few times, and while some shrug it off as harmless love between a dad and his kid, others are starting to raise eyebrows. People are beginning to wonder if there's more to these displays of affection than just a close father-son relationship.
You saw on Red Table Talk? Oh, that was G. That was G-rated. That was G-rated shit.
What I will say that I do know about the Smiths,
Will Smith's affectionate gestures toward his son Jaden have stirred up mixed reactions from the public. Many fans felt uncomfortable, noticing that Will would sometimes kiss Jaden on the lips, which they thought made Jaden uneasy. Even with all the criticism, Will has firmly denied any inappropriate behavior, insisting that his son was never bothered by these affectionate moments. In any case, with all these allegations coming out, some fans are starting to believe that Will Smith might not be so different from Diddy after all. And if that's true, it would explain why Diddy's sons might be upset with him for supposedly turning his back on their dad. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye.